Hi everybody, Yarn Fairy here. Wanted to share with you. I got a weird setup today. I don't even know if this is going to work, but I wanted to share with you our recent craze for shawl collars with curly locks. You'll have to forgive my voice, I'm just coming out of a cold. This one was made on a knitter's loom, which was a lot of fun, and then I needle felted the locks on using my brush and a tool with 7, which is not here, with 7 prongs on it so that it really gets the stuff into the fiber. The curly locks are not going to come out. They are not going to come out. And this is what it looks like on the wrong side. You end up with this fuzzy, gee, this is really swell. I wouldn't mind having a coat like this. Gee, I'm going to have to look into that. This is nice. Anyway, that is the woven one. This is the knitted one. Because, of course, I have to get all of them done, right? Even with my studio lighting, we're not getting perfect results. There's a lot of hot pink in this that you're not seeing. I today went over all, okay, so let me back up a minute. This is a kit. It comes with a ball of silk ribbon. It comes with super chunky and a skein of silk merino DK. This stuff is just like a dream. I love working with this stuff. It also comes with super long locks that are dried gradient. Teeswater, you can have Teeswater, but it's $50 a pound to me. So chances are pretty good that you're probably not going to want Teeswater, but if you do, I can make that happen. I found that Mash'em works really well too. This is Mash'em, and I dyed these black, silver, and various reds. This one is a kit that we made up. This is for wet felting a shawl collar, which means that you would open this up, make it the shape you want your collar to be, and then you would take these curls that come in the kit and you would wet felt them down. You could alternately, you could easily, just as easily, needle felt. I love this thing. Can you tell? Okay, so when you get your locks, they're going to look like this, unless you get a kit like this, which I don't like doing this because it's very labor intensive. I found the easiest way to get these things apart is just to tear them, and there's your lock right there. You always want to start at the tip and work towards the shorn side. And how can you tell what that is? The fuzzier stuff is where it was shorn, and obviously the curly lock is the end. Okay, so some of them are going to be longer and some of them are going to be shorter. The shorter ones you want to use at the top of the shawl collar, the longer ones you want to use at the bottom. Inside of those kits for this, I have 5 different types of fiber. This is Biffle, Blueface Leicester. I love having these at the top of the shawl. Again, a simple rip takes it off. Now, sometimes you get somebody who will have a bit of VM. I don't recommend ripping this, rather just plucking it. And then you can do whatever you want to it. But sometimes you'll find, okay, like for instance, the mohair I got in for this kit was a little on the dirty side. And it's harder for me to pick out, 10 pounds of mohair than it will be, here we go, this is mohair, than it will be for you to take care of it yourself, because you're only going to get an ounce or two. And and then you can get it done faster than I could. Okay, so, and I can sell it for you cheaper. Always start with the tips. Never brush these. If you want to use it for this type of project, you never want to brush them. The only thing you want to brush is the cut edge. Wow, took the dye really nice, didn't it? I like that. Okay. So there's a little bit of VM in here, and it's a little cotted. So what I'm going to do is take this. I love this brush. You can get them in all sizes. Do not get the plastic ones. You want metal tines. This one's self-cleaning. Love it. You're going to hold your tips very carefully and just, and all the VM's gone. Love it. And I could do this for you guys, but you guys can do it for yourself, right? It's just too time consuming, and I'd have to raise the price of the kits. But, and it's really not that bad. Here's another piece. In all of this, to have one piece or two, that's really not that bad. And look, it's just a piece of straw or something. It's not even a big deal. Okay, so how do you tell the lock from the shorn end? For this one, I'm going to say this is the end because we've got a lot of curly tips. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm on a new camera. New old camera with a new recording setup too, so I'm kind of blindly in the blind. Anyway, I would want to comb this at the top because it's not real clear as to where the locks are. And I also feel that when I comb the top, it makes it easier to sort the locks. So I'm going to start, there's this middle bit right here. I'm going to start there. And normally I pull from the tip, so I'm trying to get the tip open. Grab them both firmly and rip. And there you found another bit. But see here now you've got this, this, and probably several more inside of here, but I don't want to pull him open anymore because this kit is available for sale, and I want the person who is going to get this to be happy with what they get and to be able to do the work themselves. For me, half the fun is in the processing. Okay. So are you drooling over all this other stuff and wondering what it is? Here we have a Teeswater boa. The whole bloody thing is like done. All you need is some wool bat on the back of it, and you can make this into a shawl collar by just felting this stuff down. And it's got a nice shape, or you could totally change the shape, whatever you want. We're easy, and we'll dye just about anything. Even things that are not supposed to be dyed, like dogs. He's looking at me. Okay, so here we have some beautiful biffle that I got. Isn't this gorgeous? It's kind of a pale purple blue green. Some lovely. I wish the colors were. They're not coming out. What a bummer. Yeah, they're not coming out. This is lime green, and it's getting washed out. Got these fancy newfangled lights, and what are they doing? Not their job. Let's see. Still not getting good color. Oh well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and get pictures of these things and get them loaded so that you guys can see them. This one's already up there. This is, wait a minute. This is the one I was thinking. Okay, so this is Romney, which I don't usually use for curls, but dang, this guy came out really curly, so I might just have to start using him. We have a group on Ravelry where we're going to be doing the wet felting collar and I'm sure other things as they come up. Val found the most amazing shawl collar that was done in like the Nuno felting, the silk, where you have like a base. So what I want to do is go to Dharma, buy a bunch of silk, cut them, you know, like they're squares, cut them into triangles, and send them out with the kits. I think that would be awesome. Showed you the Masham, right? Okay, I've showed you everybody. Okay, so on to business here. The reason for this video is actually to show you okay, I give away pithy patterns for this type of stuff, and what I mean by pithy is it doesn't have but 10 lines of instruction. So it says that you're getting number 1, bulky weight superwash merino, number 2, silk ribbon, number 3, DK weight yarn, and that you're getting locks is number 3. That's number 3. The silk merino was not number 3. Okay. The other thing I got to tell you that's inside the kits is you can either have a wood button, you can buy your own fancy dancy button if you want. This one was super expensive, or else I'd offer it up for sale. It's a hook and wow, I'm like backwards and sideways with this camera. Sorry guys. Or we're making sweater sweater clasps, I think they're called. You just pinch the alligator clip. It's not an alligator clip, is it? Guys, I'm sick. You have to forgive me. Anyway, I can make them as decorative or as bland this way and up. Okay. Or as bland as you would like them. That's just something I just whipped up today. And then I have this one on my person, which I believe I got married in. This is on the back of a vest, and this is where I took my inspiration from to make the other one. So, here we go. Now, the instructions say cast on a bunch of stitches, and then you're going to knit K2, stockinette to last 2 K2, and it says you're just to knit in the stuff. And so what I want, well, maybe I should share my tools first, because in addition to using the brush, you could use an Afro pick to flick the shorn side of the locks. You can use, we sell these by the way, they're just $2.50. A raya rug hook to make a raya knot in it. I'll show you how to do that. You can use a crochet hook. Some of these are easier to use, some of them are not. I like my knitting needles, and I'll show you why. It's really simple. So, you can't see me. I hope this isn't going to be a problem for you guys. Let's see. Let's put in one of these big honkers. What you want to do is lay the 1, 2, or 3, number 1, 2, or 3 item. Okay, here we go. Along the way it's going to go. So this is the end of the work. It needs to go in this direction. So I'm going to lay it that way. Then I'm going to find my yarn under all this loveliness, and I'm going to trap it as best I can inside the yarn. Okay, so that's all I did was to yarn over, and then I'm going to pull this off, and I'm going to tighten it because this needs to be really tight. Then what do you do with this thing? Because it's hanging in the wrong place, you're going to take this, go around the back, and cross it over, and then you're going to knit another knot. And then what you've got is this guy's in there pretty good, but he's still a little wobbly for my tastes. So what I did to the top was I needle felted them down after I was done, because I just really didn't like the thought that they could come out, you know, in the wash or wherever. Forgive me, I'm still looking for my little needle thing. I guess I didn't bring him out. But it's so simple. You just put this guy on here, and then you use the 7-stitch tool to just get them down. And you know, it went through everything. It went through the superwash. It went through the silk. It did a beautiful job of felting this down. And the best part of it is that it's made this stiff edge to the collar, which is making it stand up when it's on. I will have photos by the kit page as soon as I've finished it. And I feel like I'm going to finish it soon because I'm in love. This thing is so much fun. Okay, so here I am picking up my first lock for this, and I'm just going to carefully pull apart. I know I said start from the tip, but I didn't really have a tip to start from. I just want this one. And I'm not pulling it all the way down, I'm just keeping it just a little bit together there. Okay, you don't want to rip it too bad. Here we go, here we go. It's coming apart. Wow. Okay, so from one lock, I got the octopus. The creature. Hello, creature. Hello, beastie. Okay, enough with what's his face. So I'm going to lay it down, leaving about, you know, I don't know, a good bit, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Lay it down, wrap around, push it back. You know what? Seemed like I was doing something else. I'm sorry, you guys. I've got fibro, and I've got a big lupus flare, and both of them kill my brains. Could I have done it this way? Let's try this way. And you know, there's no right way to do this, wrong way to do this. That's what I did. I laid it down towards the top of the work. Now I remember. I was trying to figure out why I was twisting the end and the length of lock when I got to the back, and it's because I wasn't doing it the right direction. So there you go. You tighten them up, and then hear that? It's in there. It's moving still, because it's going to move until it's anchored down, and I don't recommend glue. Wouldn't be a good thing. Okay. Lay it down, leaving 1.5 inches to 2 inches in the back. And how do you put these on? How do you know which to do next? The 1, 2, or 3? What do you do? I don't know. I just go with what looks good, and sometimes it'll look good to have 2 of the superwash bulkies next to each other, and sometimes it won't. Okay, so the next step, you do this all the way around the bottom of the shawl. That's the base of the shawl, right? And the last step, you're going to want to save. Okay, quadrant off your shawl with the, okay, so you don't run out of these things. You do not want to run out of this stuff before, especially these, before you're done with the shawl, because you're going to want to go over the shawl again with these after you're done. That's how I made this look so amazing. At first, you can see pictures all over Ravelry and stuff. I showed a picture of it, and it did not have this whole section. Okay, I just added that today. This is what it looked like. Now that's not as pleasing to me as this. To me, that's really nice. I added all of these because I wanted bulk. And 2, you can either fuzz these things, or you can put a bead, somewhat larger bead like an E, or even a pony if you can find one in glass. I don't really like the plastic ones. And then just tie a knot in it or glue it on. The same could be done for the silk ribbon. But I found the look to be so much more aesthetically pleasing to have the locks on the top of it. I'm sure you do too. So this thing is going to be quite long, as you can tell. That's the collar. The locks are going to come down hanging 7 inches longer. We've got probably, I don't know, 30 inches maybe? Nah, it can't be that long. It'll be a good 25 inches at least. Okay, so what was I going to say? Right, so you're going to put, I think I did like, I want to say I did 2 rows of this. So what you're going to do is you're going to quadrant off your shawl, 1, 2, 3, 4, a left, a right, a front, and a back. And then you're going to cut everybody the length that you need, pre-cut them so that they are all there, and then you're going to divide them up. I need 4 quadrants, so I can use this here, this here, this here, and this here, and have them all ready to go. And then you know you're not going to run out. Now, after saying that, you have to also make do with the last of, the going over the last to make it more pleasing. So you're going to want to keep out at least one of these guys, maybe more, because it depends really on how large you're going to make your shawl. I'm going to try to put 8 to 10 ounces of curls in each kit, and hopefully it will be enough to do, more than enough to do what y'all want to do. I really love these things. As you can tell, I've gone crazy for them. Okay, so I never showed what I would do with these. I thought I was forgetting something. Hello. My handy dandy scissors. I love these things. Thank you, Allie. She gave them to me. I love these things. I take them with me in my travels, and they go everywhere. Okay. So these are easier to work with, again, with the locking. I would just pull it actually through the stitch, pull it around to the back, and then probably lock it down. Let's see, crocheting. You're going to have this stitch on the needle. You're going to wrap it around and strangle them down. The raya, pretty much the same deal. Since you've already got the work is already there, then you're going to grab a loop. Give it which direction. It's backwards. So unnerving. Okay, there we go. Come on. Now I move the camera on you. So you're going to go through. This is probably the most effective of all the knots. You're going to go wrap around again and go through. But it leaves a lot on the front. That's now on the front, which you can probably get rid of if you just go like that. Okay, and the thing about this is you're going to keep knitting and then you're going to bind off, but these guys are going to hang out on the back. So after you've bound off, the last bit of these guys are going to go on the front, on the bind off, covering everything that you've got that's a mess, okay, because some of this stuff is just kind of unsightly and you want to get rid of it. So that's the best way I can think of to get rid of it, is that last bit of lock through needle felting. Okay, hopefully I will be organized and get all this stuff loaded for you soon. Have to share. This is our Biffle Silk fingering. Hello, Viv. These are yours. This is ultraviolet. These lights, I really thought I was getting good pictures. I have much better pictures that I'm going to load to the load online, whatever. This is a new colorway. I'm calling this Sailor Boy. And again, it's not showing up. This is actually lilac, azure. There we go. Well, this is more purple. It's more of a violet. It's just not going to show up pretty. This is why I never use this camera. My son said, "You have a Logitech? You need to get that out. That's an amazing camera." This is going to replace Enchanted Forest. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure, but it's definitely going to have to be part of the Grimm this year because I dyed this and fell in love. It's got about 4 colors in it, and but it's so kind of tonal looking that I think you could get away with like cables and lace. It's beautiful. I just love the greens. I had to cook the heck out of this to get it this saturated, but it was so worth it. I love the end result. Okay. If you saw anything that you want, everything except for the biffle sock is available. Backwards. I don't drive with trailers either, so. Oh! I knew there was something I was forgetting. We've been having contests on Ravelry. If you want to win great free stuff, go there. Talk, make your presence known, chat, just be there. And you will find contests that have popped up. I have sent out pounds of yarn in the last month. I want to say it's a month. Cooney fingering. This is the purple, black, navy, blue, cobalt colorway. This one goes in and out, long gradient strand of lace. No, I think it's fingering. I said fingering, didn't I? Anyway, I have a lot of Cooney. If you need to buy any, please PM me. I'm destashing for dirt cheap. Meanwhile, this 8 ounces, like a million yards, is going to be in the next contest. What's it going to be? You tell me. You pick the contest this time. I'm tired of picking the contest. You pick contest. How about a contest of contests? Like, you guys have probably been through a million different giveaways and contests. I haven't done that stuff, but what if you picked the contest? We have a contest, and the person who picks the best contest, probably random number generator. We should do this. We should do this. Let's do this, because I need to give away yarn. Lots of yarn. And you know what else we could give away? We could give away a free kit to launch the rest of our Curly Lock Shawl collars. That'd be cool, huh? Okay. Peace out. Until next time, guys. Love ya.